Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today I will be beating Dark Souls 2 with Miracles only. As the title said, Miracles will be the only thing I can use to damage my opponents. I named myself Mitej from... I think I might have done it wrong, but it was from Felvidek that I was playing on stream on my channel a little bit ago. Also, I'm trying to stream some more. The next game I'm probably going to stream is going to be Darkwood sometime in the future. But yeah, finish character creation, grab the humanity up top, so I actually have plenty of those for that run, because I kind of ran out last run. And yeah, let's get this started. Now, we grab the first Estus shard, but we immediately run into a problem as we have no offensive miracles. So we have to go all the way to Hyde's Tower of Flame to cheese the Dragon Rider so we can unlock Alicia, whatever her name is. The person behind Dragon Rider, that miracle teacher. We can get them, and they can sell us Lightning Spear. Moving on. Now, as I said, cheesing Dragon Rider is not very difficult, so I get that done pretty easily, and then I'm able to go up, get the bonfire, and buy Lightning Spear. But the issue is, there's only 3 uses for the Lightning Spear, and I definitely can't kill any bosses with that. So we need to do a little more prep work before we can actually get killing bosses. I continue on from Dragon Rider to No Man's Wharf, where I can acquire Emit Force off of this dead body here, which allows me to have more spells that I can actually use to damage targets, which, with the help of some Amber Herbs, will actually allow me to kill some bosses. Because of severe lack of souls, I had to resort to farming souls on Hyde's Tower of Flame by just baiting off enemies over here, which was unfortunate because I hate farming souls. And I mean, later I did end up spawning souls so I could actually have enough spells to continue the game, which you'll see later. But yeah, I didn't want to farm more. While I could have farmed more to get the souls, I would have needed about like 40,000. And with this method, that would have taken just quite a bit, and I didn't really want to do that. So moving on. With the extra soul farming I did, I was able to take on the last giant with the help of some Amber Herbs. Because as you can see here, after throwing out all my spells, I'm about at half of his HP. And so I was a lot further than that, I guess. I don't really know. But anyway, I did need the Amber Herb there to complete it, but nonetheless, it was possible. Moving on. The Pursuer was honestly a fight that we shouldn't have been taking on right now, so I decided that I was just going to use the Ballistas so I could actually kill him this early. So we're just going to say it was a miracle that the Ballistas were even here, and so it's technically a miracle, therefore I can use it to damage this guy. Alright, we just gotta suspend a little bit of belief here so we can get this done. But yeah, moving on. Honestly, the only reason this boss was possible was because he was standing in water, which makes him weaker to lightning. Otherwise, I don't think I was going to do enough damage here to actually clear. But because the boss itself isn't much to talk about, I'm going to take the time to say I did forget about Belfry Gargoyles and Rune Sentinels, both in the Lost Bastille. I basically just forgot about that area. So, yeah, I didn't do those guys, but yeah, they're not... I really hope you don't miss them. Moving on. Okay, to cut like 20 minutes off of this video, I was trying really hard to kill the dragon in Hyde's Tower of Flame, and with how little spellcast I had a really hard time actually getting to the boss and clearing the path to the boss, so I didn't get jumped there, so I could actually like unlock the spells teacher that's behind Ornstein Part 2. And so I ended up going all the way down to the Black Gulch, killing the 2 giants down there, getting the key, going to the Majula Pit, getting the Great Lightning Spear. This is where I duped the souls, and I only spent enough so I could cast Great Lightning Spear, and then I just jumped off with the rest of them. So that's where I duped the souls, and that's what I did for like 3 hours of my life. Moving on. With my newfound power, I was actually able to make my way to the old Dragon Slayer so I could take him on. And unlock Targray, which I already got the whatever token you're supposed to have for that guy. I remember getting it, but I just don't remember where it is. But yeah, no. And then I talked to this guy so he can give me Heavenly Thunder and another copy of Emit Force, I think. Yeah, I join his covenant, and then... yeah, it's Emit Force, yeah. And then I also get a Bolt Stone for my charm. Moving on. After upgrading the chime that you get from the Majula Pit with the Bolt Stone and also just whatever Titanite I had, I think it was like plus... oh, I guess I didn't use the Bolt Stone, never mind. But, yeah, no, on to Lost Sinner. Honestly, I thought this boss was going to be a lot worse, but with my extra, like, Great Lightning Spear, I was actually able to do enough damage where I didn't need any. And then I also had Heavenly Thunder, but it didn't really work down here because the Lost Sinner is just too mobile. But Heavenly Thunder puts in so much work later in this run. But honestly, and then also, I forgot to mention, I got the Lion Mage set, and I killed Falcon for his hood. And yeah, moving on. I know the beginning of this run has been all over the place because it's just been like me like jumping around, forgetting to put stuff in because it's just like but the clips were like so long because I wasted so much time in the beginning of this run. I didn't think I was going to get it done by now. But yeah, no, Royal Rat Vanguard, Heavenly Thunder basically kills everything in here, so it's not a challenge. But yeah, I know that the run's been like a little weird, but yeah, just bear with me here. Moving on. On to Najka, really isn't much to say here. This boss was kind of challenging, I died like once or twice. But Heavenly Thunder once again, putting in massive work here. And at this point I'm also just doing insane damage. So it's just like actually like not a problem. Moving on. Royal Rat Authority is up next, and it's not too bad. Like, it is really annoying at some points, but like it's definitely doable. Like, it's not too bad. It's just a lot of Heavenly Thunder carrying once again. Moving on. These guys just were not an issue. Like, they actually just folded so fast. Especially because I casted one Heavenly Thunder and it hit like all of them all at once. And basically just left me with like 4 guys left. So it was pretty easy. Moving on. The Deer Duke's Freya was actually kind of hard to kill this time around because Heavenly Thunder didn't really work because all you could really target is the head, and Heavenly Thunder was basically carrying my run. So as you can see here, I tried so hard to make Heavenly Thunder work, and then I just started using like my regular spells. And I mean, Heavenly Thunder sometimes worked. Like, if I really placed it right, it would maybe hit once or twice, but it would never really hit for more than like a regular lightning bolt could. Like, I would have almost been better off just throwing lightning bolts at the head for the whole time. But, I mean, the boss was quite long, but it wasn't too bad. It was pretty easy to just, lightning bolt. Moving on. Next up was the Rotten, because I was basically, like, already there, because I'd been to the Black Gulch to kill the giants. So I was able to just spawn in at the bonfire right next to him and go kill him. And once again, Heavenly Thunder puts in so much work here, it's incredible. Heavenly Thunder is probably the only reason this was possible. But yeah, no, it is pretty good. But yeah, no, moving on. Welcome to the worst fight in the game, but I will need to be rushing to this fight next playthrough. Wink wink, nudge nudge, it's gonna probably be Pyromancy only DS2. But yeah, this fight is really annoying. I don't really like the fact that you have to like run in circles and dodge all the skeletons. But that's like the only thing that makes the fight hard. So I think without it, it would just be way too easy. But yeah, no, as soon as the horse is freed, Heavenly Thunder puts in so much work, it's insane. And he goes down pretty quick. Moving on. Next up with the Skeleton Lords, these guys were not very hard, especially because, you'll never guess what I'm about to say, Heavenly Thunder put in so much work. Not as much as it usually does, but with the big crowd of skeletons, it definitely was really good, as you can see. And especially because there's water on the ground, so then all the lightning has splash damage too. It's like actually crazy. So it actually locked in here. But yeah, no. This fight was not too hard, but I lost one skeleton. He was kind of just standing there for some reason. But yeah, no. Moving on. Covetous Demon was not too difficult. especially because Heavenly Thunder and he's a massive target. I think I accidentally knocked down one of the like things for him to target, so he ran over there for some reason. But yeah, no, moving on. Mytha up next is not too difficult, especially because her arena is also considered wet, which means she takes more damage to lightning, so I'm just able to get extra damage in there. Which I don't know why that's the case. I really feel like they... Well, wait, no. There's a poison pool on the ground, that makes sense. But yeah, no, moving on. Smelter Demon was not too difficult, but the run back was... as always, because it's Iron Keep, and I don't know who thought that they should have made Iron Keep this way in Scholar of the First Sin, because I don't know, Scholar of the First Sin is just easier to play, but like it's just the original's better, but it's so much easier to have Scholar, so I just have that one. But yeah, no, moving on to Old Iron King, where I really thought that Heavenly Thunder was going to fall off, kinda, because he's, like, off the map, and I didn't think Heavenly Thunder could, like, work that well. But after he slams his fist down, his arm is so big, and he kind of leans over the platform, that Heavenly Thunder is still really effective on this guy, even though I really thought it wouldn't be, just because of, like, how he is. But, I mean, Heavenly Thunder once again carries the run, as always. But yeah. We wouldn't be here without Heavenly Thunder. Moving on. Dragon Rider Duo is just a more annoying version than Dragon Rider. Like, they're not hard, and the second one falls apart in like 3 seconds. But it's just annoying. But yeah, moving on. On to Looking Glass Knight, which is probably in my top 5 bosses for this game. And it's probably just because the first time I played Dark Souls 2, I struggled with this guy so hard. And ever since, I've beat him on, like, the first or second try. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like I had so much trouble with him, especially the fact that he summoned a clone, but, like, now I just understand how to fight him. But yeah, no. Anyway, Looking Glass Knight isn't too difficult. He's just weaker to lightning anyway, because I think he's generally weak to lightning. I think most metallic things are. And then it's also raining, so that's just an extra bonus for me. So I'm just doing a lot of damage to this guy. But unfortunately, we're not at the point yet where we can swap out our emit forces for lightning spears, because that'll come later, where we'll get close to 100 lightning spears. But yeah, and more lightning would have been better here, but honestly, I am doing plenty fine in terms of actually having enough spells to kill a boss. That was really only a problem before I got Great Lightning Spear. But yeah, moving on. On to Demoness Song, which unfortunately is right after the worst area in the game, but fortunately is like the easiest boss in the game, so it's fairly easy to take down. Nothing too special. Heavenly Thunder doesn't work great here because you can really only damage the face and the hands, and so it's almost just better to use like Emit Force or something. But yeah, moving on. Onto Veldstat, which is definitely one of my favorite bosses in the game, and well, definitely in the top 3 for sure. But yeah, at this point in the game, though, I was able to get plenty of lightning. Like, I think I was able to go to Elysia and buy more just like straight lightning spears. So I was able to just get a bunch of those and swap them out for Emit Force, because they're just better. Because later I'd be able to get the lightning clutch ring, and then that would just work better that way. But yeah, no, Veldstat wasn't too difficult. Moving on. Onto Guardian Dragon, which absolutely just folded over. Like, look at that. I mean, it did take a while because he, like, refused to land most of the time. But when he was on the ground, he was getting shredded. Like, look, the Heavenly Thunder is, like, just putting in massive work. I don't know where we would be without it. But honestly, yeah, no, if I was ever doing this run, I would just get as many Heavenly Thunders as you can manage and just use those primarily. But yeah, no, this isn't too difficult. Moving on to Ancient Dragon, which it wasn't too difficult to take him down. Once again, Heavenly Thunder is carrying as usual. But yeah, There really isn't much to say about it. It's just kind of sit in the toe, spam Heavenly Thunder, and then just make sure you don't spam it too much so you don't get stomped on or just killed. Because you can't be too greedy, but like, you also got to understand that he doesn't attack very often. Because if you wait too much, it just takes too long. Because like, this is 4 times speed, and this is like already 40 seconds. So think of how long it actually was. But yeah, now moving on. Now moving on to Giant Lord. And I'm not going to actually edit them in this time, because I'm trying to make it so it's not I don't want this video to be as long as the Hexes Only video, because that was 15 minutes and I feel like that was kind of absurd. So I'm trying to cut down on some of the extras. So I got the rest of the Giant Souls too. Giant Lord went down really easy. Moving on to Vendrick, which was honestly a little easier than I expected. Like, I didn't think Heavenly Thunder would actually work so well on him, but he would actually consistently get hit like 2 or 3 times by it. So it was actually ideal to use Heavenly Thunder. Once again, Heavenly Thunder carried. But yeah, I don't know how he's like, I don't know if it's just because he has such a wide stance or what, but yeah, no, it worked really well. Moving on to Throne Watcher and Defender. And this fight was not very difficult, especially because they seem fairly weak to lightning, even though they buff their weapons with it. And also, they kind of group together a lot, which means Heavenly Thunder works well against them. Once again, Heavenly Thunder on top. Moving on. Now on to the final boss of the base game, Nashandra and Aldia. But I mean, Aldia isn't much of a boss, to be honest. But yeah, no, Nashandra is also kind of weak to lightning, because lightning is just fantastic in every Souls game. And I feel like that's just the way it is. But yeah, no, Chandra goes down pretty quickly. And then we move straight into Aldia, which Aldia just takes forever because of how Aldia works. Because you just have to wait till his shield's down. And then also, because of how his shield works, I didn't really want to use Heavenly Thunder here because I thought if I would get hit by the shield, but I realized I could usually get one off. So unless he was like, when he was just like, yeah, when he would freshly teleport, I'd hit him with a Heavenly Thunder, and then I'd back up. And then if he dropped his shield like during that part, I'd like throw a Lightning Spear at him so I didn't get too close. But then, yeah, I would just Heavenly Thunder whenever there's like a big window. Yeah, no, he was actually fairly easy to take down. Like, this build is actually surprisingly good. Like, I didn't think that this build was going to be, like, this good. I really thought Hexes would be better than this, but I honestly feel like this is, one, just more fun, because Hexes is literally just spamming Dark Orb, and 2, is just better overall. Like, I feel like it does more damage. But yeah. That is it. That is the base game. Now, after this, I have the DLCs. I choose the ending I did last time where you leave the throne room. But yeah, we can let this play out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this far. There's a little more left to do. I can't really say for certain because I'm mid-editing this, but I would probably say there's a good like 10 to 15 minutes to go. But yeah, stick around. Honestly, this is going to be my first ever boss that's at normal speed because I just can't believe how fast I killed him. So, I mean, just look at this. So, I'm fighting Dark Lurker. I didn't know he was so weak to lightning. Like, that's chunking his health right there, right? And then, I mean, here's the thing. It's not a super fast kill. But it's like, I really didn't think he was this weak to this. Like, especially when he splits up and then I pop a Heavenly Thunder. Like, look. It's like, I mean, it's not as fast as I really thought it was, I guess. But it is a lot faster than I thought. Like, it's a lot faster than I thought Dark Lurker could be killed. I didn't think he was this weak to lightning. Like, he must be if he's, like, getting torn up like this. But yeah, no. Dark Lurker goes down, and with it, I get the Dragon Chime, which is the best, and then I upgrade that, but I actually lost the footage to me upgrading that, so I'm sorry about that, but moving on. Starting off with honestly the worst DLC in my opinion, and probably one of the worst DLC bosses in my opinion, Alana. I mainly just don't like bosses that can summon other things, especially a boss that can summon another boss. And while Velstad doesn't have as much health as he has during his own fight, it's still kind of stupid that she can just summon another boss to fight you, even if they're like a little weaker. But but the boss itself is pretty weak, and once again, Heavenly Thunder carries because one, it does quite a bit of damage to Alana, and two, if I just cast it near Alana and bait the skeletons over, I can also kill the skeletons. But yeah, moving on. On to the only good dragon fight in DS2, Sin, even though it's not a great one. I just mainly hate that Sin has like poison, because that basically just ends any attempt as soon as you get poisoned. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's a pretty solid dragon fight. He doesn't stay in the air too much. It's kind of just like Calmy in DS1, which honestly makes me want to play DS1 right now. But yeah, no, I gotta edit this video. But yeah, really isn't much to say about Sin. It definitely does take a while because he seems to be a little tankier. Like you'll see that in the rest of the DLC bosses too. They just overall get a little more tankier. But I mean, that's kind of par for the course, ain't it? But yeah, moving on. On my way to the gank trio, I make sure to grab the lightning clutch ring, which will increase my damage. Now this gank squad took me quite a minute to kill. Like, I'm not even talking about just how long the attempt took. I'm talking about just how long in general it took me to kill these guys. It took me about like an hour of attempts to kill these guys. And then also like this in itself is probably like a minute and 4 times speed, which means it was probably like 4 to 5 minutes. Like, it took a while, because it's like Varg would heal, and then I would just be getting peppered by arrows, and then I need to run and reposition, and then while I was doing that, Varg would just heal again, and I wouldn't be able to shoot at him, and it's just like it was just bad. But eventually I was able to get Varg down, and as soon as it was just the bow lady, she went down pretty quickly. She didn't really stand a chance by herself. Moving on to the King's Pet, Ava. Fight's pretty boring. I don't really like it. That's the main reason I like almost never do the duo version of this fight, and this time is no exception. I did not do it this time around either. But yeah, Ava is alright, but I mean, it's just like, I feel like it's insane how they can like 1 or 2 tap you at like, I have like 1,200 health, like I'm at 20 vitality I think, and I mean I'm getting like 2 shot by this cat, but like most other bosses I'd at least be able to tank like 3 to 4 hits, which I think is just kind of insane. But and it's like quick hits too. It's like quick hits that chunk your health, and it's like, I don't really like that. But yeah, no. Moving on to the blue smelter demon, which is the exact same thing as the red version, but blue. Just the cool ranch version. But yeah, no. Nothing much to talk about. Heavenly Thunder is still carrying as usual, as you would expect. And there really isn't much to say here. It's just, yeah, it's literally just blue smelter demon. I don't know why they had to reuse a boss here. I feel like this DLC would be so much better if they didn't reuse a boss here and made a new one. Like, because the 2 other bosses are fantastic, but a 3rd original boss would make this like the best. I mean, it is already the best out of the Dark Souls 2 ones. Onto Fume Knight, which is definitely in my top 3, along with Sir Alon, the other bosses DLC, and Velstadt. But yeah, no, this boss is pretty good. I definitely like his like varied like sword movements. Like, I like that he kind of has like one sword where he moves fast on, one that he moves slow on. It's kind of cool. But yeah, no. The fight isn't too difficult. Basically, just stay behind him. Honestly, if I really wanted to play this a lot safer, I could have just backpedaled the whole time. Like, if you're not as confident, just backpedal the whole time and just throw lightning spears at him, because at this point, you should have so many, like, just normal lightning spears that you can have, that you'll have plenty to throw at him. So I would just do that if you don't want to, like, actually fight him. Because I know most people who use magic don't want to, like, actually fight the boss. Actually, I don't know. I can't really say that. I've never gravitated towards magic in a Souls game. I've usually just used melee. But, I mean, magic is definitely a lot easier than melee, I'll say that much. But, yeah. Yeah, Fume Knight is... Whew, this is taking a while. I didn't think the fight was this long, to be honest, but, yeah. But I don't know if I mentioned that. I think I definitely did. I remember mentioning this. But yeah, no, I'm trying to stream more on my YouTube channel. So, honestly, I probably should think of a schedule. For now, just if you want to see me live, just look at my channel around 5 p.m. CST. That's usually when I would go live if I do in a day. Maybe I'll like make a Discord where I like notify whether or not I'm going live, but I mean, that's something I can deal with later. But yeah, just check the channel at around 5 p.m. CST. I might be streaming. And I don't know how long. It's really inconsistent, so I wouldn't rely on it, honestly. Just if you ever see one, maybe stop by. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, no, Fume Knight goes down after quite a bit of turmoil. Moving on to probably my fourth favorite boss in the game, Old Ivory King. Honestly, I would be willing to put Old Ivory King over Vilstad if it wasn't for this part right here. This part right here brings it down so much, because it's just like not fun. Like, I know you get 4 knights, but they're like some of the most brain dead like AI that I've ever had to like work with, because it's like half the time I'm like having to run at my teammates for them to actually attack the person that's like threatening my life. Like, I wish they would have like something where they could detect, oh, that guy is attacking the player, which I should be protecting, and then they would go attack that guy instead of attacking the pyromancer that's just sitting in the back corner and they're doing 50 damage a swing. But yeah, no, now that the actual boss is here, it's not too bad. I don't really like how delayed his moveset is, but honestly, it's not a bad moveset, and also compared to the rest of the bosses in Dark Souls 2, it's actually kind of fun. So, I mean, it's pretty solid. But yeah, no, I mean, it definitely took me a while. Here's the thing, I never really get stuck on killing this boss. It's always just that opening section that I get stuck on, because it's so hard to clear. But you know what carried there? Heavenly Thunder. Because I could set it up where it would actually attack multiple of the guys at the same time, so I could be getting more kills, like, faster. So he was making that, like, Heavenly Thunder definitely carried over there too. But yeah, no, after a little bit of turmoil, he went down. Moving on. Unfortunately, as I just looked through all of my recording footage that I had, I realized that I actually just don't have me killing Sir Alon. I don't know if like I accidentally deleted the footage, or maybe it got corrupted or lost, or if I just forgot to hit record. It's probably that I just forgot to hit record. But yeah, no, it really sucks that I did end up just losing that footage, but I'm disappointed that I lost it. But I mean, that's really all I have for you. I know that was a very unfortunate end, but I hope you guys still did enjoy the video, and if you did, maybe drop a like, comment, maybe subscribe, and check around 5 p.m. CST if you want to see me streaming. I don't know what I'll stream though, so, and I don't know if I'll stream, so don't get your hopes up. But yeah, no, I really hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.